Here, let's take a look at Accounting 150. This, you can see at the top, is Section 01XS, which is the Zoom section. And you may also be in the 150-01X, which is the in-person section. You can flip back and forth between these, but you should be in the section where you mainly plan on doing. So if you mainly plan on coming physically to campus, you should be in the 01X section. If you mainly plan on coming on Zoom, you should be in the 01XS section. Okay, as you look here at the course homepage, you see there are announcements. This is how I communicate with the class, so always keep on top of whatever announcements are there. Also, the syllabus quiz will involve this announcement here. Next week, I will be posting the tutor schedules. Over to the right, I have my office hours. Take off that virtual word. No longer just virtual office hours. You can come to my office. Okay, here's my contact information, including the email that is the one that I look at regularly. If you're in D2L and you click to email me, that's the D2L email. It's dooleykay@octech.brightspace.com. That's that email. And I only look at that email once or twice a week. Okay? But this email here, if you want an answer quickly, you need to email on that email. Here's my office hours. And you can see that on Mondays, right before our 12:30 section, I have office hours, and right before the 5 o'clock section, I have office hours. So I also have office hours, obviously, on other days. And it says, or by appointment, and I'm more than ready to make an appointment with anybody that's outside of those office hours. Also notice on here you have a Zoom link. This was for the first day of class. This was for 5 o'clock, and I posted it here in the announcements. But I will be having a box, just like this office hours and contact information. There'll be a box over here on the right for the Zoom links. The other important thing is the content tab. You need to work through the content tab. Don't be trying to work just off the calendar or whatever. Sometimes there'll end up being stuff that you missed and you didn't do it, and then it's late and it's not acceptable, particularly in Accounting 150, where deadlines are more strictly adhered to. So make sure you're working through the content tab. And as you work through these things, then you'll be good to go. So here on the first week, here's the syllabus. Okay, and we'll take a look at that shortly. There's the syllabus quiz. You need to do that by Saturday night. Okay, here's register for Cengage. Now, Cengage for this class is not something where you can click on it and go straight into it from D2L. You're going to have to go on to Cengage.com. You'll need your Cengage Unlimited subscription. Assuming you have other business classes, you need to make sure, and that those classes do go through D2L, you have to make sure that you use the same email and password, which would be your D2L email and password, whatever you set up at the beginning when you first got Cengage Unlimited. Okay. Here is Once you're in the Cengage Unlimited, there will be a button that says register a new product. There may be something that says you can register a product with a course code key, a course key code, and that course key code is here in red. So you will need to put it in, and it is sensitive to whether you use capital or small letters. All of the letters are capital letters. Okay, and you need to do your introductions by Saturday night as well. Okay. Those things, the syllabus quiz and the introductions, those are part of what says that you were in class the first week of class. If you're not considered present the first week, then they consider you a no-show and they will drop you from classes. So make sure that you get everything done on the first week. You come to class and you get your work done for the first week. If you decide by the end of the week that you want to drop it for whatever reason, then you need to let me know, because if they drop you by the end, you know, the last that you were going to work in the class is by Saturday night, then you will not be charged for the class. If you go on another couple weeks and then you decide you don't want the class, well, then it's too late and you will be charged for the class. Financial aid will not pay for it, so it means you will owe out of pocket. So try to keep that in mind. Okay. Now, once you get through this Welcome to ACC 150, you would go on to the next module down, and this works like all the rest of the modules. There's some content up here. I try as much as possible to have a silent PowerPoint show, which this is up here, and then also to have YouTube videos available or some other kind of video available on the same thing. So some people would rather just go through a silent PowerPoint. They can go step by step as slow as they want. And other people would rather have my voice explaining the stuff as we go through. And these are on YouTube videos. So it's broken down to 2 videos, but those 2 videos cover the same as this PowerPoint up here. So you can choose one or the other. Okay, now oftentimes we will be going through some of this stuff in class, but not always. So sometimes I want to show you how to do something on an IRS form. I expect that you are looking at this stuff at home. So try to be sure to look at those at home, and then during the Zoom class, I will explain what's going on or show you how to do stuff on IRS forms. Here is the Irs Circular E. This is a PowerPoint about the Circular E, which is also known as Publication 15. Every employer is given a new Publication 15 in January of each year. So, and that Circular E or Publication 15 works just for that year. Okay, so here, this is just a PowerPoint about it. Okay, then you also have the IRS website, and I will have a separate video on getting into the website. Okay, here is some PowerPoints and YouTube videos about the new system. So before 2019, if you started at a company, you filled out a W-4 form, and there was a certain way of filling it out, and you had to calculate how many allowances. Now they have a different revised W-4 form. So if you go get a job now, you will fill out this new revised W-4 form. And it is based more just on your filing status. And so they're not making people who were already employed to change their W-4. So they actually, every employer who has been around a few years is going to have some employees with the old W-4 and some with the revised new W-4. So we as payroll administrators have to know how to look up taxes on each W-4 system. Okay, so you'll want to take a look at those. And we will take a look at those during class next week. Okay, here's Chapter 1, Part 1 assignment. And you need access to your publication 15T. And this is where you're going to actually calculate out how much income tax, federal income tax, to take out of a person's check. So I would suggest here's a YouTube video about publication 15T. I would suggest that once you get that off the IRS website, you print out the parts that you need so that you just have a printout, and that makes it easier doing homework and exam problems if you have that right there. You see on my screen that there is answers to this problem. You can see it's currently not visible. So once the due date passes, which is August 25th, once that passes and you've uploaded your answer, then this answer will show up on your screen, and it is your responsibility to look at that answer and compare it to your answer. And then ask me or the tutor, Miss Terry, any questions that you have. Do realize that Miss Terry did graduate with the 2-year accounting degree here under me. However, that was a number of years ago, before a lot of these recent changes in payroll taxes and in income taxes that have happened the last couple of years. So she will hopefully be, a lot of stuff is still the same, and she should be able to help you. But if she can't, don't get mad at Terry. Just come on to me. And of course, you can come during office hours or whatever. Okay. Now, that payroll basics module is not part of your book. Okay, that's just to give you some basics to start out with. Chapter 1 is actually the following module, which is payroll laws. So here's a PowerPoint. I didn't make a YouTube video because it's pretty straightforward. You just need to go through that PowerPoint. And here is an assignment, and there's questions there. You need to put your answers on a Word document and upload it to D2L at this spot. And here is a quiz, and the quiz is due by August 26th. And that quiz is related on Chapter 1. The following just goes through the other chapters or parts of chapters that we will be covering. And they all work the same, with the content at the top and then any assignments and quizzes that there might be. When you get to where we're going to have an exam, which is at the end of Chapter 2, which is minimum wage and overtime, okay, when you get down to that, here are study guides. These help you with the true, false, multiple choice questions. And here's exam 1, which is the true, false, multiple choice questions. Okay, I might slightly reword them, so as you're going through those questions, make sure you understand what makes it true, what makes it false, etc. Okay, there's no answers on those study guides. The first exam is September 10th and 11th. It'll be online, so that's a Friday and a Saturday.